getting on Danny's nerves. It's fun. Woo! Real comic book talks in the building.
We are here.
On the screen, doing our thing. It don't sound mean. Gifted. That's bars with a Z, not an S, because I'm the best.
We're here doing another episode of Top 5 on Real Comic Book Talk. Today's episode of the Top 5 that we are doing is comic book events.
The top 5 biggest of all time. All time.
This is an individual list between me and Anthony. I have one of my own list, and he has his own list.
I have the right list. He has the list that you can poke holes in.
That is a comic book fan. I have my own opinion, and I see things differently than he does, obviously. So we have each of our own list. If everybody thought the same, it'd be a hell of a boring world, okay? Very boring. It didn't work out in the Matrix. It don't work out here, okay? So, let's get this started. Top 5. Who's going first? Should we flip a coin?
When do we ever have a coin?
Somebody's got to have a coin.
There's only 2 of us. Do you have a coin? The answer is no.
I do not have a coin.
Do I have a coin? The answer is no. So what do? On shoot. Okay. Never lose, baby.
You can't use the same thing twice, yo.
What rule is that?
That's the most classic rule of all time.
That's not a rule.
That's like, because then people would just do rock every single time. That's why there's 3 different options. There's literally 3 different options. Rock, paper, and scissors. Once you use one, then you got to go to the next one.
No,
you
don't.
That, you go to the next one.
It's already, I know.
But you go ahead and go first, though. Go ahead and go first.
First of all, is that a rule, people?
Yes, it is. When you play rock, paper, scissors, you can't go rock every time, rock every time, rock every time. You just can't.
I wasn't going to rock every time. I thought you were going to rock again.
You did rock twice.
Then I was going to set you up with scissors on the paper. I had it all planned out. I was going to go rock twice. You going to go rock twice, and you want to go paper. And I was going scissors.
What? You can't do that.
Why not?
You know what? There is no universal rules. There is no universal rules for rock, paper, scissors.
I know there's not.
Everybody else has their own.
Just make it up.
Even though the actual rules are
rules?
you can't use the same thing.
What
twice.
actual rules?
Because there's a reason there's a rock, a paper, and a scissors. But we're here to talk about the top 5. So today's top 5 comic book events.
Crazy. I go first because I won legitly. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna Donald Trump this. You ain't gonna take it to court. There was a blue wave, okay? And I won it. Now, number 5.
What? We ain't got time for that, boy. We are not a political show. We are a comic book show. We will strictly keep this to the comic book talk.
Speaking of political work, number 5, Secret Empire, baby. You're talking about automatic classic. The greatest Captain America story ever told. I don't care what nobody says, ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is Secret Empire. This is written by Nick Spencer. I'm not going to get into the artist because most of that can't pronounce the names. I'm going with Steve McNevin? McNevin?
You just said you can't pronounce names.
I know.
You just let that go.
Yeah, I'm letting it go.
And talk about the story.
Secret Empire. Captain America has all the influence, political power.
How did we get number 5? Talk about that.
I only got number 5 because there are 4 better. That's number 1.
That's the most weakest answer ever. I know we're not a political show, but that's a political answer.
It's 4 better. That's why it's number 5.
That was a good one. This is 4 better.
That's why it's number 5. But the reason it made the list.
Do not ever say that to your teacher, kids. Do not ever say that.
I say it. Why he get started? Because they're better, okay? Now you be better. Now, speaking of that, Secret Empire. Captain America used all his power, influence, all the stuff he's gathered over the years to manipulate his way. Because apparently he was working for Hydra, or he got tricked into it. You have to go read the story yourself. But either way, he worked for Hydra, used all the political power he had to move up to take over S.H.I.E.L.D., use that to take over the part of the world. It was fantastic. He used his intelligence, strategic ability, own power ability, and then when he walked up to the mutants, said, look, y'all don't get involved at all. Then walked them to Mjolnir and then picked that joint up in front of him. Over. He was like, do something. You know who I am. You know it's about to get real. Oh my gosh. Hydra Captain America? That's a guy I can get behind. I can get behind. There was no crime. There really was no crime. People had jobs. People didn't go fighting. People wanted rebellion and freedom, but you weren't doing good with it anyway. So why would I keep giving it to you? It was war, famine, poorness. Hydra came and cleared that all up. It is what it is. Great Captain America. I would have fought behind it. I wouldn't have been a part of the rebellion. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have. That's what it is. Go read the book and then read the epilogue afterwards with him. The old Captain America and the Hydra one had a real deep in conversation. That joint was legit fire. That's one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, I can get behind this guy. Speaking of another controversial title, I had to pick a side. Number 4, Civil War. And yes, I did it because it rhymes. Woo! Bars with a Z, not an S, because I'm the best. Civil War. We're not talking about this movie. We're talking about the actual comic book. Captain America versus Iron Man. Power registration. No, we don't need to be power. We don't need to register our powers. Yes, you do. We're fighting. We had a West Coast Avengers. Oh my gosh. People dying. Heroes fighting heroes. It's always great when heroes fight heroes.
That's a good have for that.
Mark Miller is an absolute genius when he wrote this. He knew what he was doing, when he was doing it, how he was doing it. It was perfection. Darn, it was great. Woo! Oh, gosh, I might have to go read that again. But I'm only going to read it after I read number 3. Flashpoint. Dang. I got to say any more? I got to say any more? I got to say some more?
Yeah. You
got to say some more?
You got to say some
Thomas
more.
Wayne is Batman. Woo! Creepy. Woo! Martha Kid is Joker.
That sounds even creepier.
Woo!
That sounds
I mean, not Martha Kid. Martha Wayne is Joker.
That
Oh
like
my
a bad
God.
Idea.
Oh, it sounds like a bad idea.
Like
Wonder Woman versus Aquaman. Woo! Then the Scary versus Atlanta. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Oh my God.
You're from underwater. Why would you want to go fight somebody on the sea? Come on now.
Love affair. Oh yeah. The plan about to end. Flash got to run back into. Oh my gosh. They gave you the new 52. Jeff Johns, you did your thing. I heard you not. You got some trepidations with you. But when you write, oh my gosh, you can write. And Jeff Johns, dang, he can write. He can write. Flashpoint number 3. Number 2, House of M. House of M. I know our last video I said I'm not a big X-Men guy.
Don't sound hyped about this one either.
I'm not that hyped. I'm not that hyped.
Where's your energy at? My shoulder's already numb. You going to hit that too? You going to nope? Nothing for House of M. How did it even make the list? How did it make the list?
Because it did something I've been waiting for years. No more mutants. It took out 97% of the mutants, baby. It was a wrap. Rapsy, Scapsy. It was over. Finito. Done with. Burned to the ground. Mutants were decimated. I was so excited. Oh my gosh. You really had mutants fighting mutants. You had Xavier really contemplating on killing a whole nother mutant. That's a side of him I thought I wasn't going to see for a while. I think this actually was like the book that really changed the X-Men, that had people going outside of their characters a little bit. Like, they weren't just, I'm a goody two-shoes guy. We got to make some bad decisions. I want to put Planet Hawk in this position, but it's not really a crossover bit. Warhawk was, though. Now that I think about it, I should have kind of kicked this off. But then, I made my decision. Michael Bendis, Brian Michael Bendis, this is one of your great ones, not one of your worst ones, but he is up and down. That's a whole nother video. Whole nother video. Ain't gotta worry about that. Number 1, the one that started it all, at least from what I can remember. The big one. The one that changed the multiverse into one verse. The one that killed heroes, had them trapped in speed forces and all that great stuff. The one that had like 3 different Superman. How Alexander Luthor was given the work. Had greatness. They just made a TV show from it. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Good gosh. Oh my gosh. The original, the first, the banger. The biggest event I've ever read in my life. And I've read all the events. Like Infinity Gauntlet. I've read them all. But Crisis on Infinite Earths was so fantastic. It changed the landscape of comics forever. it also fixed DC Comics at the same time. It literally did. You had all these different stories going on. It didn't make sense. They're like, oh well, this work. This is just a part of another. It's literally how the DCEU right now is. Right now, we got all these different people and different. Their scenarios seem different from the one they were just previously in the group movie and all that stuff. But nah, it's just different universes. Crisis on Infinite Earths ended all of that. They said, you know what? We're gonna have a big event. Heroes come together. Not everybody's gonna make it. People are gonna die. Bye bye. Barry Allen, you're gone for at least 20 years. He was gone. Too. He was like gone. Dead. And then boom, one universe. When that hand reached over and created that new greatness, creepy. I still upset that I didn't see it on the crossover event.
Why you keep bringing that up, yo? Every time
I'm going to bring it up every single time. They should have showed that. Just that would have been. Oh my gosh, that would have took that show. That
would have been creepy.
That's young. It would have went to another level. It would have went to
for
another.
Comic book fans.
So what? So what? It would have been absolute fine. But that's neither here nor there. Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Everything don't translate.
Marv Wolfman, George Perez. I think you did your thing. You just did your thing, man. You did it. You did it. Crisis on Infinite Earth is my number one. Might be the greatest comic book crossover of my lifetime. And since I'm been around since I've been around since time since big crossovers were happening. It's the biggest of all time. Biggest of all time. Of all time. Flashpoint's pretty high though. I don't know how House of M got on my list, but it's on there now, so it's done. Who wrote this list for me? I did, but still, either way, it's not it. Dan, you can take your list. I know it's trash.
Let's start off with number 5 with Blackest Night.
Damn, that's a good one.
That event right there changed everything, and it gave the fans something new to look forward to. Everybody in the comic book world was like, I've always thought this. I can't believe this finally happened. I knew there couldn't only just be green and yellow out there in the world.
It's a whole spectrum.
Like there's an entire spectrum of freaking other Green Lanterns. We knew there wasn't just one group of people that thought this was a good idea and everything. Like Black Knight changed everything.
It saved the Green Lanterns, I tell you that.
It changed. It brought DC. It put DC on a whole new level, and every month people's interests were like, "Yo, what we gonna see now? Where are they taking? What direction are they going in next? Like, how is this going to unfold and what's going to happen? Where is this going? Like, folks, there's so many. It was the most, at the time it came out, it was the freshest, newest idea that the amount of speculation in the world was uncanny. Like, it was amazing. It was so amazing.
Real question. Has nothing to do with the list so far. I just want to know, if you were a lantern, which color would you be?
I always thought about that. I have no idea. Even to this day, I still can't think of what color.
I'm white. Be the white lantern.
You think you will qualify for a white lantern?
I'm me, of course.
Okay. All right. Yep.
What kind of question is that?
I get asked that all the time, and because I know I wouldn't. I don't know. I want to say green, but I'm like, I kind of like the other colors, and I feel as though I got a little bit of personality for the other ones, but I really don't know.
I know one thing you don't have the personality for. It's green. That's not. Oh, you know what? You don't have anger. That's the one you can never be red. You can never be red.
Red is not anger.
Rage.
It's more of rage.
Yeah. I stand by my statement. Either way, you hate red. I'll tell you that.
My next number 4 on my list. Where's my list at? Number 4 is Secret Invasion.
Oh, that's another good one. How did I not have that on the list?
Secret Invasion was so unique, like, for me.
You didn't know who to trust?
You had no clue. And a group of...
Every page was like, oh no, it was you?
And it had everybody on the edge. And then...
Oh, gosh.
It was so much going on.
My list is terrible.
And people can't wait to see the adaptation onto the live action and made into the big screen in MCU because of how well it was done. And it gave another small-time villain race a race of villains the opportunity to use their true potential.
And they're using people that like they were using Spider-Woman. Was it Spider-Woman?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
Spider-Woman.
It was. It was an amazing. It was a crossover event.
This is a great
it
list.
was a
It's a
top.
great list, man.
So
I'm
far,
checking.
we're doing good so far.
Great list.
And it was a great crossover event. It was a great incorporation of B, C list heroes to put in the spotlight. And so, like, they did a great job for me with that whole storyline and how it went about and how it went about afterwards. Like, with proper writing and everything, you can elevate the other characters and how
Right
to
here,
properly
elevate
use
anybody.
Yeah, and so they showed that with my number 5, Blackest Night, and so far number 4, Secret Invasion. My number 3, Secret Wars.
Which one?
Why all of them? It doesn't really matter. It's Secret Wars, but we're going to go with the original, the 84 to 85, the year-long Secret Wars,
Okay.
the original one. Even though it doesn't
You
really
had,
matter.
You had the Secret Wars 2.
I understand what you're saying.
Then you had the Secret Wars
2, and then you had the new Secret Wars.
when they
They
merged.
just did. It merged all of the universes.
That's why I had to ask which one.
Yeah,
It's
all
just-
of them were, in my opinion, technically all of them are great in my opinion because
I don't know. That
At the
second
time-
one. That second one was. That was hard to read.
it was they just threw.
That was hard to read.
But
I'm
the
not
second
gonna say
one,
it's bad.
the
I'm
second
saying
one
it's hard to
they did the second one because this first one was so successful. They was like just keep it going because they really did the next year. They really just kept it going. It was like we're doing Secret Wars 2. It was really the storyline was, but the original one and the whole purpose of it and bringing up
My list is terrible.
bringing all the togetherness of all the superheroes and having Fantastic Four with how much they took a role into it, and they used the Hulk, and then they used Spider-Man was incorporated, and just Secret Wars in general was amazing.
And they keep going back to that too.
Yes, they always go back to a Secret Wars.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that 1984 one. Like I think recently, like they showed that Deadpool had traveled in time and was like behind the scenes. They always go back to that.
Classic,
My list was terrible.
Classic and great story.
I can't believe you have a better list than me.
Are always good. Now, my number 2, Infinity Gauntlet. The original Infinity Gauntlet. The 80s version. The one that
You know your list is all Marvel, right?
no, it's not. The first one, number 5, is Blackest Night.
That's right. That's right.
Relax. That's
right.
Just listen.
right.
Infinity Gauntlet was Infinity Gauntlet put Thanos on the map, and it had sort of changed up the whole aspect of the universe and everything, and introduced the Infinity Stones and what they can do and how powerful they are and what kept them in the world and where they are now. Like those things are still relevant to this day. But the old Infinity Gauntlet storyline from the 1980s, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? It's classic. Like, it started everything. It's the reason we are now. It's the reason it is the reason the whole MCU is the way it is now. They used that storyline and everything from it to get to where we are now. So don't take away from something that is that classic and profound. Like, it's greatness. It is greatness. But my number one.
Here we go.
New 52.
What?
New 52.
You were doing so great.
They literally said we're going to put it all together as one.
The New 52 is not an event.
52, it is. How is it not an event?
Because
how is it? You just said if Flashpoint created the New 52.
Yeah,
that's an event. New 52.
The New 52 is a reboot of DC Universe.
Event. New 52.
That's not an event.
New 52 is an event on the basis of the same one as everything else, as Crisis on Infinite Earth, where it brought everything together. New 52 literally brought everything together. What's the difference between Crisis on Infinite Earth and New 52?
Okay, New 52, everybody has a separate book of their own individual stories that have nothing to do with any other one. Like
whether
Batman,
you put it in separate books or one big book, it's still the culmination of everything being put together as one. Everything is in. This is why I put New 52 out there, because New 52 is the event that put everything together as one. Like all your stories are now on the same page. This is when everything started. This is where they're all together. This is everything right here. That's
like saying Rebirth like DC Rebirth was a major event.
It was.
It's not. It was. It's a starter. It's a new starting point. The new 52 is not even in the. It's not like if you go.
It is.
If you go to any comic book store and say, "Hey, I want to buy the event, the new 52." They're like, "What?" They're like, "I have some."
Yes, because matter of fact, the DC and even their comics say New 52, just like Rebirth.
Right, but that's not in the
Infinity Crisis. Like when you say like House of M. House of M had House of M on the comic.
Right.
Secret Empire has Secret Empire on the comic.
Right, but look, if you go to Secret Empire, you can like, this is the book. This is the story of Secret Empire. You can't give me a book and say this is the book of the new 52.
Yes, you can.
Show me. We will drive to any comic book store you want after this, and you will show me where that is. I don't care. I got a tank full of gas. Let's go to it.
All the new 52 books. As they say, new 52. Those are the books. You just want a complete individual one big.
Not an event.
Big story. It is an event. It literally is an event. Because why? Because new 52 isn't here anymore. You know what is here? Rebirth.
Which is not an event.
Everything else. It is a event. It literally is an event.
Rebirth is also not here now. They just calling it DC. Now they're in. That's like saying the new what's the joint that DC just was about to start? I don't know if they even started.
Future State is an event. That's actually literally an event. It's only happening in January, February. And then they're going back to the regular continuity. It's an event.
Oh, that's what the new 52 is. It's a new continuity. But it's not an event. That's the best one. New 52 is a continuity. Is a starting a new continuity. It's not
what Crisis on Infinite Earth for the whole purpose of Crisis.
Right, but that's a whole purpose. That's a story. To get to the point of the new continuity. This is all. New 52 is just a continuity. It's not
the whole purpose of Crisis on Infinite Earth
was to start over.
Is to have a new continuity. That is the whole purpose. That's literally the whole purpose. That's what it was here for.
It's not it. That's not it.
It's on my list. That's my list. Whether he agrees with it or not, you guys let us know in the comment section whether you agree with it or not. But that is what we have. That is what I have. This is what he has. I'm gonna go back to my it's a terrible list. All because
number 1 is a terrible list now.
Number 5, Blackest of Night. Number 4, Secret Invasion. Number 3, Secret Wars. Number 2, Infinity Gauntlet. And number 1, the New 52. What is yours? What is yours?
My number 5 was Secret Empire. Number 4 was Civil War. Number 3 was Flashpoint. Number 2 was House of M. And number 1 was Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now I will admit, his 5 through 2 might be better than mine. But number 1 destroyed his whole list because it's not an event.
One thing destroyed everything.
That's all it takes is one. When it's that bad, it's not an event.
You guys let us know in the comment section how you feel about my list and how you feel about his list and what you consider should be the top 5 events of the comic book universe, of comic books in general.
Terrible.
Let us know in the comment section. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button if you like what you see. Tell a friend and come back and join us for our next broadcast on Real Comic Book Talk. Till next time, we're out.
Deuces.
Yeah. We in the club, we partying. We in the club, we partying. Yeah. How much ice you got? I don't know.
Get it, Alice, man.
I cannot miss like I am the ace. Electrocute you, then I leave you with aftershock. Getting angry, then I turn to Incredible Hulk. Bite and bog, chop it down like you one of them stars.